a female teacher, single for 24 years, and in her first year as a dean of students, encountered a difficult student. His name was Yin Xingqian, a notorious troublemaker. Not only did he not wear the school uniform, he didn't even wear his school ID. After a teacher scolded him a few times, he climbed over the wall and ran away. But the dean wasn't just a figurehead. Wearing a short skirt and high heels, she climbed over the wall after him without hesitation, landing steadily on her feet. Catching up, she saw another teacher had already apprehended him. Seeing this, the dean walked over and grabbed Yin Xingqian's wrist. Not only was he defiant, he also cursed the dean, calling her an old hag. The incident quickly reached the principal. He was quite troubled that Yin Xingqian had gotten into a fight with a teacher on his first day. However, out of respect for Yin Xingqian's father, the principal didn't say much. Angrily, she slammed the table and yelled, "Yin Xingqian." At this, both of them responded simultaneously, "What?" Then they stared at each other wide-eyed for a moment, realizing they had the exact same name. Back in her office, Teacher Yin was exhausted. She felt that this year's students were too difficult to manage. If she had known this, she would have refused the heavy responsibility of dean a year ago. But it was too late for regrets now. Just then, the art teacher walked in. "I heard you ran into that little devil king." Seeing Teacher Yan's dejected look, the art teacher handed her a bottle of happy soda. Looking at the drink in her hand, Teacher Yin was instantly revitalized. The art teacher continued gossiping about Yin Xingqian. It said he was expelled from his last school before transferring here. Fighting and skipping class are the least of his problems. He's also living with a junior high school girl and has romantic entanglements with some unsavory women. This shocking gossip left Teacher Yin in disbelief. A sudden knock at the door interrupted their conversation. It was about Yin Xingqian, who had skipped class again, and no one knew where he was. Teacher Yin, in her high heels, climbed the stairs, panting heavily as she headed for the rooftop. The moment she pushed open the door, countless white doves flew into the sky. Coupled with Yin Xingqian's handsome profile, the scene was breathtakingly beautiful. Seeing this, Teacher Yin felt a ripple in her heart. He's quite handsome, but his character is terrible. With her arms crossed, she told him to write a self-criticism essay and bring it to her office. "Bad student, just a bad student. You think you can boss me around? Think again." Just as Teacher Yin was about to lose her temper, he greased his heels and ran off. She soon arrived at the principal's office. The principal wanted to entrust Xingqian to her care, which made Teacher Yin sigh. Suddenly, Yin Xingqian appeared beside her. "I put the self-criticism on your desk." Countless questions popped into her head. Why was this brat so obedient today? When she picked up Xingqian's essay, a look of relief spread across her face. Seeing the neat handwriting, she felt there was still hope for him. But seeing the two lines written on the back of the essay, the front was made up. "I know I'm wrong, but I'll do it again," sent Teacher Yan's mood plummeting. Xingqian's angry howl pierced the sky. Despite being a young dean, in her personal life, she was a 23-year-old single woman who had never been in a relationship. The first thing she did after work every day was go on blind dates. The eligible bachelors her parents arranged were all bizarre. One even had Butterfly by Crazy Town as his ringtone. She quickly excused herself and left. On the way home, she was still fuming. Suddenly, a blood-stained broken bottle appeared at her feet. Her eyes widened. It was that bad boy, Yin Xingqian, from earlier in the day. It looked like he was about to fight 3 guys alone. She quickly hid behind a wall and covered her mouth, afraid the thugs would discover her. But seeing her student about to be bullied, she decided she couldn't just stand by and do nothing. The dean, saving herself for marriage, went on blind dates every day after work, hoping to find Mr. Right. Instead, she encountered a cheapskate who wouldn't even pay for dinner. Then she met that bad boy, a high school student who even shared her name. As she walked home angrily, a blood-stained broken bottle rolled to her feet. She looked up. The bad boy, Yin Xingqian, was confronting 3 young thugs. Panicked, she covered her mouth, hoping they wouldn't notice her. But having encountered this, she couldn't ignore it. She took out her phone to call the police, but worried Xingqian would also be arrested. Suddenly, an idea struck her. Taking a deep breath, she shouted towards the street, "Officer, there's a fight here." Hearing the shouts from the corner, the thugs quickly ran away. She breathed a sigh of relief. Just as she was about to turn and leave, Yin Xingqian appeared behind her. He was ungrateful, his expression frightening. "It was you shouting just now. Mind your own business." Under Teacher Yan's almost man-eating gaze, he turned to leave. Teacher Yin scurried after him and grabbed his wrist. Despite Xingqian's extreme reluctance, he still had to take her to buy medicine. Arriving at the hospital, Xingchen listened to her incessant chatter with a look of resignation. He leaned back nonchalantly in the chair. "Don't tell that light bulb," he said, likely referring to the principal's vivid image. Teacher Yin snorted with laughter, then immediately regained her composure and opened the medicine she was holding. She took a cotton swab to apply the medicine to Xingchen's wound. The boy, clearly unfamiliar with this kind of treatment, looked apprehensive. As he watched Teacher Yin carefully clean his wound, something seemed to shift in his eyes. Teacher Yin noticed the change in his expression and looked up at him. Xingchen quickly turned his head away. Just then, a gaze fell upon the teacher and student. A beautiful girl appeared in their line of sight. Xingchen asked with concern, "Why aren't you home so late?" The girl replied worriedly, "Does he have a fever? I'm out buying medicine." Xingchen's expression changed drastically. He stood up, said goodbye to Teacher Yin, and went to check on the girl. He didn't forget to tell her, "Don't tell anyone about tonight." This filled Teacher Yin with suspicion. Could this be his first love? And who is that other person? She wondered. A shocking thought popped into her head. Are they their child? The next morning, the superintendent came to inspect the school. Teacher Yin was still thinking about last night's events, regretting not following them. Just then, Xingchen appeared, holding a strawberry ice cream cone. The principal flew into a rage. "Yin Xingchen, it's class time." Xingchen defiantly glanced at the dean of students behind him. He handed the ice cream to the principal. This bold move stunned the principal. Teacher Yin quickly excused herself to the superintendent. The two walked one after the other along the school path. Xingchen gloated, "Poor management skills. Just wait for your disciplinary action." Teacher Yin was unfazed. "You used to get first place in every exam. Why did you become like this?" This question seemed to touch the softest part of Xingchen's heart, and he stopped walking. A woman, a virgin for 23 years, brings a man home for the first time, and he's a high school student. As the dean of students, she worked overtime until 9:30 p.m. dealing with this student's endless problems. On her way home, she encountered a drunk man in black. Just as they passed each other, their shoulders bumped. Teacher Yan's eyes widened. The drunk man turned around angrily. "Are you blind?" After seeing his face, Teacher Yan's expression changed slightly. Xingchen quickly asked where he was going and grabbed his sleeve. Xingchen's eyes were filled with murderous intent. "None of your business." Suddenly, he clamped his mouth shut and vomited all over the ground. He collapsed against Teacher Yan. This left Teacher Yin, single for 23 years, completely dumbfounded. She quickly helped him to the side and sat him down. She then started scrolling through his contacts. She scrolled to the very bottom, but couldn't find Xingchen's parents' number. Looking at his unconscious, handsome face, she had no choice but to take him home. The next morning, Yin Xingchen fumbled around, the after effects of the alcohol making him rub his head. Suddenly, his eyes went wide. He didn't know how he ended up in a strange house. Just as he was feeling lost, he heard rustling sounds coming from behind him. He followed the sounds to a bedroom door. Click! He tried to open the door to see what was inside, but it was locked. Seeing the key still in the lock, he reached out again. The moment the door opened, a pair of bright yellow eyes appeared. Something white darted out, startling Xingchen. "Get out!" With a thud, a snow-white pillow hit him in the face, leaving him stunned. Eventually, the two sat in the living room, the atmosphere incredibly awkward. Finally, Teacher Yin broke the silence with a cough. "I won't report the fight outside school or this drinking incident to the school, but if it happens again, I will contact your parents directly." Xingchen smirked. "If you can find them, I'll take your last name." He seemed to have forgotten that they shared the same full name. Before leaving, he couldn't resist one last provocation. "Old hag." Teacher Yin was about to explode, but managed to suppress her anger. She glanced at a backpack in the corner and picked it up. Textbooks spilled out onto the floor, but the books were all for junior high. This filled Teacher Yin with confusion. Could this be his little girlfriend's routine? She soon arrived at school and discovered that the boy was skipping class. Her mood immediately soured. She asked the substitute teacher to check all the security cameras in the school and rushed to the security room. She discovered Xingchen was about to enter the girls' restroom. This startled Teacher Yin. This little brat was constantly causing trouble for her. Furious, she dialed the substitute teacher's number, asking for Xingchen's parents' contact information. She overheard nearby students whispering, "Xingchen is so awful. He's even bullying the younger girls." Teacher Yin spun around. "What did you say?" The two students, noticing her presence, instantly vanished from sight. This left her bewildered. "Am I that scary?" Soon, the homeroom teacher sent Xingchen's parents' contact information, adding that his father was almost impossible to reach. "Contact his mother directly. Teacher Yin immediately dialed the mother's number. Unexpectedly, the parent didn't react to his skipping class. If something happened, let him take responsibility for it. Teacher Yin was stunned, having encountered such a parent for the first time. He came from a wealthy family, yet he was a child abandoned by his parents. While other students were in class, he sneaked into the girls' restroom. The dean of students called his parents, but his mother told him to fend for himself. Teacher Yin was stunned, having encountered such a parent for the first time. She also overheard that he was bullying a younger girl in the girls' restroom. So, Teacher Yin went to the girls' restroom and found a broken doorknob on a stall. She pushed open the restroom door and found a broken lipstick in the utility room. She noticed a bloody handprint on the door and carefully dabbed a bit of it. She brought it to her nose and sniffed. It was the broken lipstick. This only piqued her curiosity further. What exactly happened in the restroom just now? Just then, she ran into the art teacher holding a statue. Seeing her troubled expression, the art teacher understood what was bothering her. She took out her phone and opened the school's online forum. A post titled "Stay Away from Xingqian" caught her eye. The content detailed his bullying of a younger girl. Knowing Xingqian as she did, Teacher Yin couldn't believe it was true. The art teacher added that the girl's family had fallen on hard times, and she certainly wouldn't dare provoke anyone. Teacher Yin turned sharply, a determined look in her eyes. This can't be true. She returned to the security room, determined to get to the bottom of this. Suddenly, she stared at the security monitor with a puzzled expression. She saw Xingqian with his back to the restroom, seemingly talking to someone. Soon, a girl covered in tomato juice hurried out of the restroom. Seeing how badly she was beaten, yet how quickly she moved, made Teacher Yin suspicious. Suddenly, her eyes narrowed. She quickly checked the time the girl entered the restroom and saw that she had been dragged in by 3 girls. It seemed the real bullies were these 3. She decided to talk to the injured girl, feeling incredibly frustrated. Since Xingqian transferred to the school, she hadn't left work early a single day. Seeing the pitch-black hallway, a flicker of fear rose within her. To her surprise, a man with a mischievous grin flipped the power switch. The hallway was plunged into darkness. Her initial fear amplified 1,000-fold, and she let out a blood-curdling scream. Xingqian smirked, enjoying the moment. He turned on his flashlight, wanting to see which unlucky person it was. The moment the light shone over, he saw Teacher Yin cowering in the corner, trembling uncontrollably. Xingqian was startled. "Teacher Yin, why are you still here so late?" Seeing the dean of students, who usually scolded him, with tears in her eyes, he felt at a loss. "Why are you crying?" He shook her shoulder, bringing her back to her senses. "This little rascal, what are you doing wandering around the school so late at night?" She finally took a deep breath, her racing heart calming down. "Did you bully that girl this morning?" Xingqian looked impatient, not bothering to defend himself. Teacher Yin grabbed his shirt, refusing to let him leave until he told the truth. Xingqian turned, his eyes filled with indifference. "What's the point? You'll think I did it anyway." He waved his hand dismissively and walked away, leaving her standing there in confusion. Monday morning, students rushed to their respective classrooms, but Xingqian strolled leisurely on the playground. He chewed his lollipop loudly, his clothes hanging loosely. He had the air of a little thug. Just then, the school's announcement system crackled to life. "All students, please assemble immediately." Xingqian was about to walk forward when he heard 2 girls whispering behind him. "That's Xingqian, the one who bullied that girl. Let's stay away from him. We don't want to provoke him." Hearing their whispers, Xingqian turned abruptly to face them. The 2 girls, terrified, ran for their lives. Xingqian clenched the lollipop stick in his hand. With an indifferent expression, Xingqian continued walking towards an unknown destination. The tedious and lengthy morning assembly was nearing its end. Just then, the assistant teacher announced that Teacher Yin, the dean of students, would speak next. Everyone welcomed her as Teacher Yin strode onto the stage. Without much ado, she got straight to the point, concisely reading an announcement regarding the investigation results of the bullying incident that occurred on a certain date in the sophomore building. As soon as these words were spoken, the students erupted in an uproar. However, Xingqian, one of the people involved, sat slumped in the last row, staring blankly at Teacher Yin on the stage. Holding the documents in her hand, Teacher Yin continued with a serious expression, stating that the real bullies in this incident were 3 girls who had bullied their classmate for half a year. The nature of the bullying was extremely vile, and the school had already expelled the 3 students. The school's official website has also opened a reporting window. Everyone can report bullying through this window. The school maintains a zero-tolerance policy towards campus violence and will severely punish any offenders upon investigation. Furthermore, we hope that students will get along with each other and prevent similar incidents from happening again. Also, in this matter, the students who spoke harshly to Xingqian need to apologize to her. Teacher Yan's gaze sharpened, judging and insulting a classmate based on a single piece of information. How is that any different from those three girls? Hearing this shocking truth, the students below fell silent. Having said everything that needed to be said, Teacher Yin organized her documents, slammed them on the table with a bang, and loudly announced, "Dismissed." After the assembly ended, Xingqian walked through the campus with mixed feelings. She originally thought she would receive a disciplinary action like before and then transfer schools again. Unexpectedly, the dean of students actually cleared her name. Just then, her phone rang. She picked it up and saw it was a message from Li Han. This guy was actually trying to take credit. "I helped you out. Now praise me." What a nerve. As Xingqian was replying, the two girls from before approached her and, summoning their courage, apologized to Xingqian. After speaking, they immediately ran away. Xingqian was bewildered. What was going on? Then another message from Li Han arrived. "They apologized to you because of the bullying incident." Their little banter over, Xingqian started looking around the crowd. Suddenly, she finally spotted that familiar figure, Teacher Yin. Xingqian took a step forward, about to approach her, but stopped. What could she say to Teacher Yin? Thank her directly, or apologize? She had tricked her just yesterday. While Xingqian hesitated, Teacher Yin walked further and further away. "Forget it. I'm just a bad student, being misunderstood by the whole school." Xingqian hadn't even flinched. But now, even though the burden had been lifted, she couldn't feel happy. Looking at the apology messages on her phone, Xingqian wondered if she should apologize to Teacher Yin. She couldn't make up her mind. Suddenly, a voice startled Xingqian, causing the small wooden stick in her mouth to fall out. It was Li Han. He knew Xingqian hadn't eaten lunch yet, so he brought her a sandwich. Xingqian crossed her arms and didn't take it. She also told Li Han not to talk to her, afraid of causing him trouble. Li Han nonchalantly sat down next to her, telling Xingqian not to be nervous and to relax. Everyone was on their lunch break. "You can pretend I'm here to catch students skipping lunch. After all, as the student council president, I do have that authority." Hearing this, Xingqian finally picked up the sandwich, tore open the packaging, and continued to emphasize, "You better be careful. Otherwise, it'll be a lot of trouble." Li Han explained with a smile, Don't worry. We, the student council, have the responsibility to maintain order on campus." Li Han turned to look at Xingqian. "It was the right decision to have you transfer here, wasn't it? She's a good teacher." Xingqian chewed her sandwich, mumbling, "Yeah, whatever." Li Han, seeing Xingqian's stubborn refusal to admit it, found it amusing. "What at Sundara?" Then, Li Han's expression turned serious. "Have you thought about what you'll do for university?" Before he could continue, he was impatiently interrupted by Xingqian. "I have my own plans." Li Han became anxious, saying earnestly, "I know you want to get away from that family as soon as possible, but your future is more important. You can't ruin yourself for the present." Xingqian knew Li Han was concerned about her, but she didn't want to talk about this now. So, she quickly changed the subject. "Do you think I should thank her?" Li Han was surprised. "You're asking me this? That's not like you." Xingqian was about to explain when a student council member came looking for Li Han. "President, the principal wants to see you." Li Han got up to leave, but remembered the previous question. He turned back with a smile and advised Xingqian, "Go ahead. She's not like your previous teachers." The student council member, seeing them talking, was surprised. "President, you know Xingqian?" "No, I just saw she wasn't having lunch and came to ask why." Xingqian chewed her sandwich, watching all of this unfold without saying a word. After Li Han left, Xingqian quietly looked away, pondering how she should thank Teacher Yin. After school, Xingqian waited for Teacher Yin at the school gate. But after waiting and waiting, Xingqian still didn't see that familiar figure. Could Teacher Yin have been called in for overtime by that light bulb king again? Just as he was thinking about how to approach her, Teacher Yin walked over with her head down. Xingqian quickly called out to her. Only then did Teacher Yin notice him. She couldn't help but start lecturing the boy again. "So rude. Don't you know you should use honorifics when addressing a teacher? And when are you going to hand in those two self-criticisms?" Xingqian felt a wave of irritation at the mention of them. Before he could speak, Teacher Yin walked past him. "Go straight home after school. Don't wander around outside," she said, and started to leave. Xingqian forced a stiff smile. I need to talk to you, he managed to say. Hearing this, teacher Yin turned around. Is there anything more important than your studies right now? You're already in your final year. You can't slack off anymore. Xingqian snorted irritably. I really do need to talk to you. Teacher Yin was surprised. You're actually taking the initiative to talk to me. Is the sun rising in the west? Xingqian's face flushed red. The words seemed to catch in his throat. He couldn't get a single word out. Omi actually. Xingqian touched his neck, hesitating and fidgeting, unable to open his mouth. Seeing this, teacher Yin started to walk away. Unexpectedly, Xingqian followed close behind, still not saying a word. Teacher Yin finally lost her patience. She stopped abruptly. You keep following me. What is it? Xingqian jumped, startled. He also stopped quickly. What I wanted to say is... His voice suddenly dropped, mumbling 3 words, thank you. Although his voice was quiet, teacher Yin still heard him. Her face was full of shock. Did I hear that right? He actually thanked me. Is this really Xingqian? Having come this far, Xingqian decided to just go for it. I really just wanted to say thank you for you clearing my name before. If it weren't for you, I might have been blamed for it until graduation or even if I transferred schools. Understanding the reason for Xingqian's unusual behavior, teacher Yin breathed a sigh of relief. You don't have to thank me. I just did what I should have done. Having said his piece, Xingqian quickly turned around. Well then, I'll be going. Teacher Yin waved goodbye with a smile. She didn't forget to remind him, go straight home, you hear. Don't run around. Just as Xingqian was about to retort habitually, 2 loud bangs rang out. Brilliant fireworks bloomed in the sky. Both of them looked up simultaneously. Xingqian didn't like these noisy displays. So annoying. What are they setting off fireworks for? It's not even New Year's. But teacher Yin had a smile on her face, looking delighted. There must be some special event. It's nice to see fireworks, even when it's not New Year's. Fireworks continued to rise and explode before them. Suddenly, an extra-large firework burst, forming a star in the sky. Zhongjiai, marry me. It turned out to be a marriage proposal. But seeing the name, teacher Yan's mood instantly plummeted. She silently lowered her head. When she was in college, she had a crush on a boy, just as they were about to graduate. She was about to confess her feelings when she saw him with their good friend, Jiai. So, clutching the love letter in her hand, she buried her feelings in her heart. The fireworks continued, attracting the attention of many people. Xingqian couldn't help but sigh. Do marriage proposals have to be this extravagant now? Half the city must have seen it. Then he turned to teacher Yin and joked, if you keep being such a shrew, you'll never get married. Hearing Xingqian's words, teacher Yin quickly turned her head, startled, and hurriedly said goodbye and left. Xingqian was puzzled. Was she upset about not having a partner? He quickly called out to teacher Yin. Just then, Xingqian unexpectedly noticed tears in the corners of teacher Yan's eyes. Is she crying? Is it because of my joke? Panicked, Xingqian face-bombed. Oh no, I messed up. I came to thank her, but I made things worse. Xingqian was filled with regret. I'm really good at messing things up. This student's joke actually made the dean of students cry. Oh no, I'm doomed. The next morning at the school assembly. Since this morning's assembly has taken longer than usual, please return to your classrooms promptly after dismissal. Then teacher Yin announced the end of the assembly. Xingqian was leaning over the railing upstairs, watching teacher Yin, lost in thought about how to fix yesterday's situation. Do I really have to apologize right after thanking her? Just then, teacher Yin stepped down from the podium and walked towards the teaching building. I really can't bring myself to say it. Xingqian had a worried frown on his face, looking troubled. After some internal struggle, he grabbed a drink and turned to leave. Looks like apologizing is the only way. Outside the office door, Xingqian peeked inside cautiously. Teacher Yin was working at her desk. Glancing up, she noticed Xingqian hovering at the door. Is there something you need? She asked, then returned her attention to her work. Xingqian looked at the calm and composed teacher Yin. She showed no trace of having cried yesterday. What a fickle woman. He then sighed and was about to push the door open. Just then, teacher Yan's voice reached his ears. You should report before entering the office. Have you no manners? Though annoyed, Xingqian, knowing he was in the wrong, did as he was told. Only then did teacher Yin look up at him. Are you here to hand in your self-criticism? Xingqian slowly approached and murmured, no. He averted his gaze, looking down at the stack of homework on her desk. Then he continued, I'm here to apologize. Teacher Yin was taken aback. What was this all about? Xingchen bowed and solemnly said, "I'm sorry." Without waiting for Teacher Yan's reaction, he turned to leave. This worried Teacher Yan. Had this boy done something earth-shattering again? Why are you apologizing? Getting this proud boy to apologize was already a feat. Getting him to explain why was likely impossible. Sure enough, Xingchen reverted to his usual self. Figure out yourself. This infuriated Teacher Yan. Suppressing her anger, she forced a smile. Is this how you apologize? Xingchen, still embarrassed, scratched his cheek. Because I said some awful things yesterday. This explanation confused Teacher Yan even more. Was it just about that? She couldn't help but laugh. This startled Xingchen. He thought Teacher Yan looked captivating at that moment. I'm not that sensitive. I didn't take what you said yesterday to heart. You don't need to apologize. Hearing this, Xingchen snapped out his daze. He quickly turned around. Now that that's settled, I'll be going. And I'm not writing that self-criticism. Teacher Yan's gentle voice followed him. Don't worry. As long as you don't hand it in, I'll keep reminding you. The door slammed shut. Teacher Yan was in a good mood. She realized Xingchen wasn't a bad kid at heart. Even if he was mischievous, he was still just a child with a good moral compass. She stroked her chin, lost in thought. Perhaps she could talk to him about his studies. Her phone rang. It was another blind date set up by her mother, who had even thoughtfully included a picture this time. Teacher Yan opened the picture. A handsome man stared back at her. He looked dashing, mature, and stable. A strange feeling washed over her. Was she about to find love? Seeing the picture, Teacher Yan felt she might finally be getting out of her single life. Ranlong was also interested in this blind date. If even our Dean Yan approves, he must be incredibly handsome. Teacher Yan was amused when Ranlong offered to be her bridesmaid. She was getting ahead of herself. We don't even know his personality yet. Just then, her date arrived. Teacher Yan quickly ended the chat. Moments later, 27-year-old Yin Mingho approached her. He spoke politely, "Sorry to keep you waiting." He sat down opposite her and thoughtfully asked if she liked the food. Teacher Yin smiled. "I love the desserts here. They're quite to my taste." Hearing this, Yin Mingho added, "They also have a restaurant specializing in Chinese cuisine. We should try it sometime." Teacher Yan's eyes lit up. "Yes, that sounds wonderful." She appeared calm, but inside, she was ecstatic. Was she finally escaping her single life? They were about to schedule their next date, when Yin Mingho's expression suddenly changed. Teacher Yin, puzzled, turned to see what he was looking at. She saw Xingchen and Zirue walking past the dessert shop. Xingchen stared intently at Yin Mingho. In the awkward silence, Zirue said, "Chunji, maybe I should go." Xingchen ignored him, scoffed, and flipped Yin Mingho the bird, adding a curse for good measure. Yin Mingho's eyes turned cold. He stood up, apologized to Teacher Yin, and without waiting for a response, hurried out after Xingchen. Teacher Yin was left dumbfounded. What had just happened? How had her pleasant blind date turned into this? She rushed to the window and watched the three of them on the street. Outside, Yin Mingho coldly asked Xingchen, "Why are you with him again?" Xingchen didn't care. "Who the hell are you to tell me what to do?" Zirue felt guilty watching them argue. He had caused trouble for Qinji again. Had Qinji not told him everything yet? Suddenly, Xingchen grabbed Yin Mingho by the collar. "Don't think you can boss me around just because you're a few years older than me." Teacher Yin became instantly alarmed. How had things escalated to this? She threw her bag to a waiter. "Hold this for me. I'll be back to pay." She rushed outside, but Xingchen was gone. Where is he? Yin Mingho straightened his clothes. He left. He seemed to be heading towards Times Square. He then realized something. "Do you know him?" Teacher Yin quickly explained, "He's my student." What a coincidence. But Teacher Yan's attention was completely focused on Xingchen as he left. The girl beside him seemed to be the same one she'd seen before. Where were they going? Could the rumors actually be true? The thought made Teacher Yin feel uneasy. Suddenly, the attractive man in front of her wasn't so appealing anymore. She turned back to Yin Mingho. "I'm so sorry," she said. "I'm worried about one of my students. I have something urgent to discuss with him." Without waiting for his response, she added, "I'll be back soon," and quickly left. Watching her go, Yin Mingho couldn't help but give a wry smile. What was going on? As Teacher Yin ran, she made up her mind. This time, she had to find out what was happening. Her blind date was her student's older brother, and the two brothers seemed to have a bad relationship. They'd even gotten into a fight right in front of her. This kind of ridiculous drama was actually happening to her. Teacher Yin felt completely flustered. Worried about her student, she'd abandoned her blind date midway. She left on her own. By the time she arrived at Times Square, Xingchen was nowhere to be seen. At that moment, Xingchen was holding an ice cream and about to pay, but the vendor told him it was already already paid for. Xingchen was confused. He turned around. Whoa, it was the dean of students. Teacher Yin smiled, phone in hand. This one's on me. Mind if we talk? They found a quiet spot in the square and sat down. As she struggled with a bottle cap, Teacher Yin asked, "Where's that middle school girl?" "She left," Xingchen replied, offering her his hand. Teacher Yin scoffed, pretending nothing happened, and placed the water bottle beside her. Seeing Teacher Yan's underside, Xingchen smiled. He assertively held out his hand. "Give it here." His demanding tone surprised Teacher Yin. She obediently handed him the bottle. Xingchen easily twisted off the cap. He handed the bottle back to Teacher Yin. The dean felt a little embarrassed. She quietly thanked him and took the water, but her face was flushed. The dean of students couldn't even open a water bottle. How embarrassing. If you're going to talk to me about dating, there's nothing to discuss. We're not like that. Teacher Yin was surprised. She asked softly, "Oh." Xingchen misinterpreted her reaction. "I knew you wouldn't believe me. I don't even want to explain." Before he could finish, Teacher Yin quickly interrupted. "I didn't say I didn't believe you." Now, it was Xingchen's turn to be taken aback. Someone actually believed him. "But as a teacher, I don't agree with your approach. Even if you aren't in that kind of relationship, gossip can be harmful. While it's true that the truth will come out, you should also consider the impact on her. I'm sure you don't want to see her get hurt." Xingchen hadn't thought of that. He thought for a moment and realized Teacher Yin was right. He mumbled in agreement. Seeing that Xingchen understood, Teacher Yin decided not to stay any longer. After all, someone was waiting for her. "If you have any problems you can't solve, you can come to me anytime. I'll help you." She stood up to leave. "I have something to do, so I'll be going. Be careful out there." Watching her leave, Xingchen Aonauda, Naola Naoto, scratched his head in frustration. He was so stupid. Even if he meant well, he should have considered Zi Rui's feelings. After resolving the situation, Teacher Yin hurried back to where she'd been on her blind date. But Yin Mingho was gone. Just then, a server brought her a purse. "You left this. The gentleman you were with had something urgent come up and left. He also paid the bill." Teacher Yin was devastated. She'd finally met someone she was interested in, and now he was gone. Tears welled up in her eyes. Her heart felt as cold and desolate as autumn leaves swept away by the wind. Teacher Yan's nth blind date had failed. Again, was there anything more depressing than a failed blind date? Yes, another failed blind date. After parting ways with Teacher Yin, Xingchen went straight home. He settled onto the sofa to play video games. Ran Lan, who was drawing nearby, said, "Give me a yogurt." Xingchen reached out, fumbled around on the table, and tossed the yogurt to Ran Lan. But Ran Lan spoke again, "And a pack of cookies." Suppressing his annoyance, Xingchen found the cookies and tossed them over. But Ranlon complained, "Not those. The bear cookies." That was it. Xingchen wasn't going to put up with this. Forget the game. He needed to teach this troll a lesson. But Ranlon turned around, his face frantic, clutching his head. I can't finish. He was a comic artist, working on a story called When Snowflakes Fall. The deadline was looming, and he was far behind. Xingchen sighed. What a pain. He reluctantly grabbed the bear cookies and gave them to Ranlon. Suddenly, his phone rang. Seeing the contact name, Pest, Xingchen said, "Your phone's ringing." But Ranlon ignored it, but continued to furiously write. "This is a demand for an update. I'm definitely going to get yelled at if I answer." Xingchen, however, chimed in, rubbing salt in the wound. "Serves you right for missing your update deadline." Lihan didn't have time to deal with Xingchen. Seeing this, Xingchen craned his neck to look. He discovered that the person Lihan was talking to that looked a lot like his dean of students. Lihan disagreed. How? They don't look alike at all. Xingchen quickly pointed. Look for yourself. The nose, the eyes, the mouth. Especially that mole by her eye. You couldn't find another old witch like her. Lihan scratched his head thoughtfully. This kid, he's observing teacher Yin a little too closely, isn't he? He then turned to Xingchen. When are you going to look at me that closely? Xingchen, a little embarrassed and angry, retorted, "What's there to look at with you? You're a guy." Then, realizing he'd been a bit too specific, he quickly backpedaled. Hearing this, Xingchen spat out his drink. Li Fangrinat. So I guess right. He handed Xingchen a napkin. Xingchen flew off the handle. You can say anything about food, but not about this. Wiping his mouth, he continued to explain, she's a teacher, the dean of students. She always has a stern face and nags constantly. How could I possibly like her? Lihan didn't even bother to pretend anymore. He just kept nodding. Seeing his friend's expression, Xingchen knew he couldn't hide it anymore. He stopped joking around. Actually, she's a good person. She's helped me a few times and doesn't look down on me for being a bad student. At my old school, they all wanted me to get worse, just so they'd have something to gossip about. The thing I heard most was, why did Xingqian turn out this way? I bet there are several versions of that story going around. And when I actually tried to study, they just laughed at me for pretending. Before Xingqian could continue, Lihan interrupted, she definitely wouldn't. This made Xingqian pause. He looked up in surprise. Besides, you're not studying for other people. Don't you want to go to university? Xingqian dropped the pretense. Of course I do, but with your current grades, you won't get into your dream school. Xingqian fell silent again. Lihan offered some heartfelt advice. Think about why you're really studying. Hearing this, Xingqian hung his head dejectedly. Even if I change now, will those people give me a chance? Xingqian, once a bright and friendly student, but why had he become like this? At his previous school, there were at least 7 or 8 versions of the story circulating. If I study hard now, will my parents start paying attention to me again? Ran Lan, a devoted manga fan, was waiting for the latest update of Snowfall. She refreshed the page every few minutes. I wonder if you guys are like this when you're waiting for an update. Ran Lan was incredibly restless, constantly pestering Teacher Yin. Unable to work with the constant interruptions, Teacher Yin snapped, "Can't you be quiet? Do you know how long I've been waiting? It was supposed to update on Saturday, then it got delayed to Sunday. And now it's today." In the computer lab, Teacher Yin couldn't understand Ran Lan's impatience. More likes, comments, and shares will get you faster updates. Suddenly, Ran Lan's phone buzzed with a notification. Black Cat Cohen finally updated. This instantly revived Ran Lan. She quickly clicked to read. This is so good, so sweet. Teacher Yin clicked her mouse furiously. You're so loud. Can you be quiet? Ran Lan, completely absorbed, replied. Let me finish gushing, and then I'll be quiet. Her fingers flew across the keyboard, typing her comment. After posting her comment, Ran Lan looked completely satisfied and dreamy. Teacher Yin quickly snapped a picture with her phone. I'm posting this on the school forum. Hearing Teacher Yan's teasing, Ran Lan shot back. I wonder who lost their voice screaming at that concert. Teacher Yin was mortified. The image of her going wild at the concert flashed through her mind. Instantly embarrassed, she slammed her hand on the table and ordered Ran Lan to forget all about it. Relieved, Ran Lan was in an even better mood. As she continued reading, she suddenly noticed something. The character in the manga looks like you. Excited, she stood up and showed it to Teacher Yin. Look, doesn't this look like you? Teacher Yin, not a manga reader, couldn't see the resemblance. I don't see it, but Ran Lan, a seasoned manga fan, saw the resemblance more and more. And the rooftop looks like the one at our school. Maybe the author is a student here. Teacher Yin thought that was ridiculous. They're a famous manga artist with 1 million followers. If they were at our school, we'd have heard something. Just then, Teacher Yan's phone rang. I need to take this. Don't say anything crazy. Ran Lan, completely engrossed, barely registered what Teacher Yin had said. The phone rang twice. Teacher Yin saw it was an unknown number. Answering, she said sweetly, "Hello, this is Yin Xingqian. How can I help you?" Hearing her tone, Ran Lan's gossip senses tingled. She started pestering Teacher Yin. Who is it? Who is it? A magnetic male voice rang out. This is Yin Mingho. Teacher Yin froze, unable to believe Yin Mingho was calling her. She remained silent for a long moment. Did I disturb you? I apologize. Teacher Yin finally reacted, turning to block Ran Lan, who was eavesdropping. It's all right, I'm free right now. That's good. I was worried I might be interrupting your work. I was wondering if you're free tomorrow night at 7. Could I take you to dinner? We could go to that restaurant we talked about last time. Teacher Yin, feigning reserve, didn't immediately agree. Let me check my schedule. Ran Lan gestured frantically beside her, urging her friend to accept. Teacher Yin pretended to check her schedule. After a moment, she said, Yes, I can go. I don't have any other plans tomorrow night. Yin Mingho, ever the gentleman, sent her the location. As soon as the call ended, Ran Lan rushed over, excitedly exclaiming, Spring has sprung. Though thrilled, Teacher Yin felt a little shy. Pinching Ran Lan's cheek, she said, You're so loud today. The pinch made Ran Lan yelp in pain. Rubbing her cheek, she teased her heartless friend. Meanwhile, Yin Mingho had sent the address. Teacher Yin quickly replied, See you tomorrow, and then lost herself in her happy thoughts. Suddenly, a knock came at the door. After being granted permission to enter, Lihan pushed open the door. Teacher Yin and Ran Lan immediately composed themselves, feigning surprise. Is something the matter? Lihan held out a document. These are the applications for this year's school anniversary events, along with the reimbursement requests submitted by each class. We've summarized everything. Could you approve them when you have a moment? Teacher Yin, pleased with such a responsible student council president, smiled. Certainly. Thank you for your hard work. As Lihan bowed to say goodbye, he noticed that the teacher beside Teacher Yin was reading his manga. These disqui the likta lithan. He hadn't realized any teachers at the school were fans of his work. I'm so talented, he thought. He had assumed his abrupt departure for the last blind date had ruined things. But unexpectedly, he received another call from his date. This time, Teacher Yin couldn't contain her excitement. Inside the Chinese restaurant, Teacher Yin and Yin Mingho sat facing each other. Having finished their meal, they quietly enjoyed the restaurant's music. Yin Mingho glanced at his phone. It was already 10:30 p.m. He quickly stood up. It's getting late. Let me take you home. Teacher Yin, looking at the handsome and gentlemanly Yin Mingho, blushed. She quickly waved her hand. No, thank you. I can go back by myself. Yin Mingho insisted. He stood and grabbed his coat. How can I let you go home alone? Looking at Yin Mingho's intense gaze, Teacher Yin stopped protesting, feeling shy and nervous. She didn't dare look up at him. They gathered their things and left the restaurant, heading towards the parking garage. Teacher Yin hesitated, unsure whether to ask her question. Yin Mingho noticed her hesitation. Didn't you like the food? Or is something else on your mind? He suddenly asked. Teacher Yin was startled. After a moment, she asked, you and Xingchen. Before she could finish, Yin Mingho sighed. I knew you'd ask about that. He's my brother, my younger brother. Teacher Yin was shocked. She had never imagined they were brothers. Yin Mingho looked distressed, unsure how to explain. He stammered, there are some things I can't really talk about right now. But then, turning to look at Teacher Yin, he said earnestly, I can assure you, he's a good kid. Meanwhile, Xingchen, having just left Zi Rui's apartment, suddenly felt a shiver down his spine. Who's talking about me behind my back again? He muttered, making Zi Rui and Zi Ling laugh. Hearing their laughter, Xingchen crouched down and patted Zi Ling's head. Did you have a good birthday today? Zi Ling nodded enthusiastically. Looking closely, Xingchen wore an unusually gentle expression. He gave them detailed instructions. After I leave, remember to lock the door. Wash up and go to bed early. No staying up late. Zi Ling, still exhilarated from her birthday, nodded eagerly. Xingchen stood up and waved goodbye to the sisters. He was about to turn and head home when Zi Rui called out to him. Thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Xingchen replied lightly, saying thank you makes us sound like strangers. He reached out and ruffled Zi Rui's hair. Don't forget, we're family. All right, you two go back and get some rest. I'm going home. The sisters said goodbye to their brother Xingchen. Watching him walk away, Zi Rui blushed, whispering to herself, good night, brother Chun. Walking home, Xingchen received a text message. He took out his phone and saw it was from his brother, Yin Mingho. Without hesitation, he deleted the message. Brothers fighting in the street, refusing to visit each other's shops. What happened between them? Teacher Yin had just told Ranlon that they were brothers when Ranlon cried out in surprise, attracting the attention of others in the restaurant. Teacher Yin quickly signaled her to be quiet, but Ranlon still couldn't believe it. I can't believe it. One a mature, reliable gentleman, the other a notorious delinquent. They're actually brothers. That's too outrageous. She quickly took a sip of her drink to calm down. After finishing, Ranlon continued gossiping. So what does he mean by it's not convenient to talk about? What can't be said openly? Teacher Yin seemed to understand. It's a family matter. After all, we've only met twice. I can't just talk about everything. Ranlon watched her friend constantly explaining for Yin Mingho and couldn't help teasing. Taking his side after only 2 meetings. Don't tell me you've fallen for him. Teacher Yin blushed and quickly denied, no, I haven't. Ranlon suddenly pulled out her phone. Your idol is going on tour. He just posted a selfie. It's on Weibo 2 seconds ago, still fresh. As a devoted fan, Teacher Yin became incredibly excited, snatching the phone. Her infatuated expression was instantly revealed. He's so handsome. Oh my God. Teacher Yin hugged the phone dreamily. I've been attacked by his beauty. Looking at her idol's post, Teacher Yin couldn't contain herself any longer. This is so thoughtful. I have to like, comment, and share. I have to sing his praises. Ranlon remembered Teacher Yin mocking her for reading manga just yesterday. Now she could return the favor. As they chatted, a waiter suddenly approached. Hello, your cheesecake mousse jelly. Ranlon glanced over casually, but when she saw who it was, her eyes widened and she coughed desperately to alert her friend. She even kicked Teacher Yin under the table. Only then did Teacher Yin snap out of it. Following Ranlan's gaze, a handsome face came into view. What are you looking at? Drooling. Teacher Yin looked up in shock. It was Xingqian. That meant he had seen everything that just happened. Teacher Yin was so embarrassed she almost dug a hole in the ground. It was a complete and utter mortification. After Xingqian left, Teacher Yin quickly grabbed a napkin and wiped her mouth. But the napkin was clean. She realized Xingqian had been teasing her. This was a disaster. They looked at each other in silence. Two teachers, caught in their fangirl moment by a student. Your cover's been blown. Teacher Yin felt completely shattered and lost. Seeing Teacher Yan's dejected look, Ranlon quickly grabbed her friend's shoulders. Pull yourself together. You're the dean of students. This reminder, however, only made Teacher Yin feel more ashamed. She asked again, did he really see everything? Ranlon wanted to boost her friend's confidence, but couldn't lie. Maybe, probably. Those words were the final straw. Teacher Yin was defeated. Let's go. Teacher Yin immediately stood up and dragged Ranlon out of the restaurant. The waiter thought the dessert was so bad that the customers left in anger. Xingqian, who knew the truth, couldn't help but laugh. This scene made the other waiters curious. Why are you in such a good mood today? Thinking of Teacher Yan's embarrassed expression, Xingqian grinned. Nothing. Just saw someone's composure crumble. Fangirling isn't scary, but it is when your student sees it. How could she maintain her authority as dean of students now? Monday morning. Teacher Yin walked through the school building with a fierce look, seemingly having forgotten about the weekend's events. However, she was constantly telling herself, I'm the dean of students. I have to maintain my composure. Soon, Teacher Yin arrived at Class 2, Grade 12. She pushed open the classroom door with a bang. She saw Xingqian sleeping with a book covering his face. Teacher Yin walked over and knocked hard on Xingqian's desk. Xingqian removed the book and looked up impatiently. What? Teacher Yin crossed her arms, radiating a powerful aura. Come my office. This was her newly practiced, authoritative expression. It was instantly shattered by Xingqian's dismissive smile. Teacher Yin didn't say anything more and turned abruptly, striding out of the classroom. Xingqian followed close behind. The two of them walked out of the classroom, one after the other. The classmates whispered amongst themselves. What did Xingqian do again? The dean of students even came to the classroom. Arriving at the office, Teacher Yin immediately closed the door. Xingqian sat down casually in a chair. What school rules did I break this time? The previously imposing Teacher Yin suddenly faltered. She stammered about what happened yesterday. Can you keep a secret? Xingqian grinned. Why should I? Teacher Yin felt a tightness in her chest. She couldn't just say, for the sake of my authority as dean of students. Could she? How could she say that? Before Teacher Yin could speak, Xingqian continued sarcastically. It's not like you committed some heinous crime. Just fangirling over your idol, singing his praises, and being infatuated. It's perfectly normal. After speaking, Xingqian stared at Teacher Yin. He hadn't expected her to care so much about such a small matter. Xingqian narrowed his eyes. So, I can make a request, then? Thinking of this, he crossed his arms, looking smug. Keeping it a secret isn't impossible, but I have conditions. If you agree to my terms, I absolutely won't breathe a word of this. Otherwise, hearing Xingqian's words, Teacher Yin paused for a moment. What are your conditions? She asked, fuming inwardly. This little brat dares to threaten me. Xingqian, arms still crossed, replied, be my sister's piano teacher for free. Teacher Yin was shocked. When did you get a sister? You've met her. Teacher Yin then remembered. That little girl was your sister. Xingqian continued, every night from 8 to 9 p.m. for 1 semester. That's not a difficult condition for you, is it? Teacher Yin rested her chin on her hand, thinking seriously. Although she felt it was a bit strange, this was also a good opportunity to get in touch with his family. Perhaps she could have a good talk with them. Thinking of this, Teacher Yin readily agreed. All right, it's a deal. Having said that, Xingqian stood up. Come with me after school today. I'll take you to our place. Of course, if you have any suitable teaching materials, bringing them would be even better. Looking at the grinning Xingqian, Teacher Yin instantly regretted her decision. She had a feeling this kid had dug a pit, just waiting for her to jump in. A dean of students reduced to this. Unbelievable. Not only was she being threatened by her own student to be a free piano teacher, but she also had to prepare the materials herself. After school, Xingqian led Teacher Yin to the subway station. It was crowded and noisy with people coming and going. Teacher Yin carefully held her books, closely following behind Xingqian. Noticing the awkwardness behind him, Xingqian turned around and offered his backpack. Put the books in my bag. Teacher Yin looked puzzled. Why? Isn't it fine for me to carry them like this? Xingqian didn't explain, instead saying mysteriously, you'll see later. Hearing this, Teacher Yin obediently complied. They took the escalator down to the platform. Seeing so many people, Teacher Yin couldn't help but exclaim, there's so many people. Xingqian looked a little gleeful. Don't underestimate the evening rush hour on line 3, the Devil Line. Before he could finish, the train arrival announcement sounded. Xingqian didn't have time to think and pulled Teacher Yan's arm. Hurry, the train's here. While Teacher Yin was still bewildered, she was pulled onto the train. After boarding, Teacher Yin looked around. There aren't that many people on this train. Before she could finish her sentence, she was jostled repeatedly. Talk about a quick reality check. Xingqian quickly steadied Teacher Yin, not forgetting to tease. Not that many people, huh? Teacher Yin was speechless. This brat is really not endearing at all. As more and more people boarded, the carriage became increasingly crowded. The two were pushed closer and closer together. Suddenly, someone bumped into Xingqian. Xingqian was about to fall into Teacher Yan's arms, but he reacted quickly, bracing himself against the window. A cabinet wouldn't be bad either. Annoyed, Xingqian turned his head and yelled, stop pushing. What the heck? Why are there even more people than usual today? Left with no choice, Xingqian tried to maintain a safe distance. Teacher Yin hadn't spoken the entire time, but her mind was racing. So gentlemanly and strong. Those rumors must be false. Xingqian felt awkward staring at Teacher Yin, so he turned his head away. Seeing this small gesture, Teacher Yin couldn't help but chuckle. What's so funny? Teacher Yin blushed and quickly explained, nothing. Xingqian was a little suspicious, but how could he possibly understand a girl's mind? After they exited the subway station, Xingqian explained the route while leading Teacher Yin home. See that Guangming residential complex sign? Keep going straight. It's at the end of the road. Got it. Such a complicated route gave Teacher Yin a headache. She had planned to rely on her navigation app, but Xingqian said that there was construction nearby and the navigation wasn't reliable. You just have to rely on your memory. As they spoke, Xingqian led Teacher Yin to an old building. Walking up the dilapidated stairs, Teacher Yin couldn't help but worry. This building is practically condemned. How could it pass the fire safety inspection? You think anyone cares about this place? Soon, they arrived at a door. Xingqian knocked. Open up, it's me. The door opened, and Zi Rui poked his head out. Qinji. Before he could finish, he saw Teacher Yin outside. Who's this? She looks like the woman sitting next to Qinji that day. Just then, Teacher Yin stepped forward. Hello, I'm Yang Xingqian. I'm the piano teacher your brother hired. You can call me Teacher Yin. This supposedly ill-mannered delinquent that remained impeccably behaved on a crowded subway, showing no intention of taking advantage of the situation. This made Teacher Yin doubt the rumors. After bringing Teacher Yin to Zi Rui's home, the teacher and student had a pleasant first meeting. Teacher Yin, this is Qiao Zi Rui. He's in his second year of middle school. And this is Qiao Zi Lin. She's in third grade. They're siblings. After the introductions, Teacher Yin smiled and waved to the two siblings. Zilin, a little timid, clutched her sister's clothes tightly. After a shy hello and Xingqian's introductions, he turned to the Zi Rui and Zilin. Have you two finished your homework? Before hearing their reply, Xingqian, already accustomed to managing things, instructed Zi Rui, you and Teacher Yin get acquainted. Zilin, go finish your homework. Dinner after homework. He then took off his backpack, reminding Teacher Yin, don't forget, the teaching materials are in my bag. He then turned and busied himself. It was Teacher Yan's first time seeing Xingqian at home. He seemed much more relaxed. After a moment of silence, Teacher Yin turned to Zi Rui. You just told me you play a little piano. Could you play for me? Zi Rui asked hesitantly. Teacher Yin, how much are my lessons? The question caught Teacher Yin off guard. Unable to explain the situation, she answered unconvincingly, free. This shocked Zi Rui. Why free? Teacher Yin awkwardly scratched her cheek. A friendly favor. Just friendship. Zi Rui still seemed incredulous. Since when is my brother so popular with teachers at school? Soon, beautiful piano music drifted from the room. Zi Rui was lost in the melody. Watching this lovely scene, teacher Yin couldn't help but admire her. She's really talented. Then her expression turned somber. A bit like my brother, Yin Xinglan, when he was young. From the moment she heard Zirue's music, teacher Yin understood. She and my brother are the same kind, exceptionally gifted. In contrast, teacher Yin, lacking in piano talent, knew no matter how hard she tried, even playing until her fingertips bled, she could never surpass them. The piece ended. Teacher Yin clapped enthusiastically, praising Zirue. But looking at the worn piano, she frowned. The tuning is terrible. It's probably beyond repair. And this model has been discontinued for ages, hasn't it? Zirue's expression turned embarrassed. We got it secondhand, she explained awkwardly. As someone from a musical family, teacher Yin was skilled at tuning. If you don't mind, I'll take a look. With Zirue's consent, teacher Yin propped open the piano lid and began to work. Zirue sat beside her and asked, Teacher Yin, are you really just my brother's teacher? Teacher Yin didn't answer directly. I'm the dean of students at Yaoyang High School and a music teacher. Are you two dating? Teacher Yin was startled by the unexpected question. She looked up abruptly. Absolutely not. Hearing this, Zirue breathed a sigh of relief. Teacher Yin tried repeatedly, but the piano was hopeless. It's no use. It's beyond saving. I have a spare piano I could give you. Xingchen, finished cooking, entered and interrupted. What are you saying? Your piano probably wouldn't even fit in the hallway. Let's eat first. We'll figure out the piano later. Seeing the food, teacher Yin was astonished. Did you make all this? Xingchen sounded exasperated. Who else? The rice patty fairy. Teacher Yin was utterly stunned. Is this what rich kids do for fun? Xingchen carried dishes to the living room, instructing Zirue to bring the rice, and teacher Yin to clear the table. Teacher Yin, without thinking, started tidying the books. Only when Xingchen settled comfortably on the sofa did she react. Aren't I a guest? Why am I taking orders from him? Noticing her stare, Xingchen looked at her pointedly. What? Afraid I'll poison you. Zilin and Zirue arrived with the rice. Teacher Yin quickly knelt and took the bowl from Zilin, saying gently, Thank you. My brother's a great cook. You're in for a treat. The four sat around the small table and began to eat. Teacher Yin took a bite and her eyes lit up. This is amazing. As good as any restaurant. Xingchen, who had been observing her, said smugly, so, pretty good, right? Teacher Yin smiled warmly. It really is. Xingchen immediately teased. You can gush like you do about your idols, you know? I wouldn't mind. He'd hit a nerve. Teacher Yan's food suddenly lost its appeal. Zirue and Zilin watched their banter with astonishment. Are they really just teacher and student? But teacher Yin, still reeling from Xingchen's surprising domesticity, didn't notice. After this home visit, her perception of her student had completely changed. Her worldview was shattered. In the underground parking garage, teacher Yin got into Yin Mingho's car. You're not working late tonight. Yin Mingho smiled slightly. The busiest period is over. Things will be calmer for a while. Fastening her seatbelt, teacher Yin chatted with him. You're like a walking food guide, always finding these amazing restaurants. Well, food is my greatest love. I found this place by chance after a trip. Before he could continue, his phone rang. Excuse me, I need to take this. As soon as he answered, a loud voice from the other end of the phone reached Yin Mingho's ears. Dude, want to grab a drink? Yin Mingho immediately refused. The other person laughed loudly. Sorry, forgot you're with your wife. Then he yelled, Hey wifey, wanted to greet teacher Yin. This made Yin Mingho incredibly embarrassed. Don't talk nonsense. At this moment, teacher Yin was also conflicted. This was a good opportunity, but if she agreed directly, wouldn't it seem like she was too eager? The person on the other end wanted to continue speaking, but Yin Mingho, to avoid further awkwardness, wanted to hang up. But at that moment, teacher Yin smiled, finding the situation amusing. This guy is interesting. Yin Mingho quickly muted the call, but didn't hang up. Should we go meet them? Teacher Yin smiled slightly. If it's not too much trouble, we could. Hearing this, Yin Mingho quickly said to the person on the phone, We're on our way. Don't say anything stupid when we get there. Soon, they arrive at a large outdoor restaurant. Wifey, you have no idea. This guy, Zheng Haoming, acts like he knows everything, but he's actually clueless. He's never even been in a relationship. Hearing the name, Zheng Haoming, teacher Yin paused. So he didn't tell you. Yin Mingho quickly interjected. It's nothing, really. I got lost when I was little and was taken in by foster parents. I only returned to the Yin family 2 years ago and changed back to my real name. Teacher Yin was even more confused. Yin Mingho had such an experience. These are my good friends from high school, so they're used to calling me that. Teacher Yin, however, sensed something. 2 years ago, he returned to the Yin family. That coincided with Xingqin's decline in grades. Could there be a connection? They chatted casually for a while. When asked why Yin Mingho hadn't been in a relationship yet, his gaze suddenly softened, looking directly at teacher Yin beside him. Probably because I haven't met the right person. As soon as he said this, the others started teasing him. Smooth talker, aren't you? Just then, a server pushed a cart over. Your roasted leg of lamb is ready. Seeing the main course arrive, everyone got excited. They ate and drank beer with gusto. Teacher Yin accompanied Yin Mingho to his friend's gathering and unintentionally learned that he had been lost as a child and only returned to the Yin family 2 years ago. She hadn't expected Yin Mingho, a rich kid, to have such a difficult past, but a thought suddenly occurred to teacher Yin. Xingqin's grades had also started declining 2 years ago. She couldn't help but wonder if there was a connection between the two. One day, teacher Yin was walking home from work when her friend, Ramlon, chased after her. Catching up to teacher Yin, she immediately extended an invitation. We got off work early today. Want to go out and have some fun? Teacher Yin declined. I have an important date today. I don't have time to hang out with you. Hearing this, Ramlan's gossip senses tingled. Is it a date with that handsome guy? Teacher Yin, in a good mood, smiled and said, it's just dinner. Ramlan, dramatically, started fake crying. I'm so pitiful. I've been replaced. Someone has a boyfriend and doesn't need her best friend anymore. Teacher Yin rolled her eyes. Can you be normal? Ramlan nudged Teacher Yin. When are you going to introduce him to me? I've only heard you talk about him, never actually seen him. I'm dying of curiosity. Teacher Yin said casually, he's at the school gate. You'll meet him soon. Hearing this, Ramlan was thrilled. You're already at that stage. He's picking you up from work. Ramlan was happy for her friend, but also worried that teacher Yin might be making a bad choice. She decided to play detective and carefully observe this Yin Mingho. Teacher Yin was speechless. Whatever, as long as you're happy. At that moment, Yin Mingho took out his phone, preparing to call teacher Yin. But before he could dial, a sweet voice reached his ears. Good evening. Ramlan was hiding, secretly observing. Yin Mingho politely replied, you've worked hard. Then, the foodie teacher Yin eagerly asked, where are we going to eat tonight? Yin Mingho, as always, was considerate. Do you want Thai food or Sichuan? Teacher Yin happily chose Sichuan. She'd been craving boiled fish lately. Yin Mingho naturally agreed. Ramlan was still observing from her hiding spot, but her gaze had caught Yin Mingho's attention. However, when he glanced over, he saw nothing. Teacher Yin, realizing what was happening, knew it was her friend causing the misunderstanding and felt embarrassed. They got into the car. Teacher Yan's phone suddenly rang. It was an unknown number, which puzzled her. Before she could answer, the car started. As soon as she answered, she heard an urgent female voice. Teacher Yin, it's Xiao Zirue. You need to help Brother Chun. Teacher Yin panicked. What happened to Xingqin? What's going on? Yin Mingho, sitting beside her, was also surprised. But Teacher Yin didn't have time to explain. She quickly asked Zirue what exactly had happened. Chenggu had just answered a phone call and gone out. It seemed someone was looking for him to fight. A lot of people on the other side. Teacher Yin quickly asked for the location of the fight. Zirue continued. It seems like it's the place where we first met. There are a lot of bars there. Those people like to go there. Teacher Yin told Zirue to wait for news at home. She decided to change the destination, using Yin Mingho as an excuse. Let's go to the bar street on Sherdai East Road. Ramlon watched the car speed away, muttering to herself, it's just dinner. Why so rushed? Soon, they arrived near the bar street. The car couldn't go any further in, so they had to stop there. Watching teacher Yin anxiously get out of the car, Yin Mingho asked, do you know the exact location? Teacher Yin actually didn't remember clearly either. She vaguely said, I remember the general area, but I can't guarantee they're there. After they both got out of the car, teacher Yin told Yin Mingho to split up and look around. He looked around and fixed his gaze on the corner ahead. Teacher Yin had just turned the corner when she saw several people fighting. She quickly called out to stop Yin Mingho. Looking closely, she saw Xingqin being held by someone, and another guy with dyed yellow hair was about to throw a punch. At this critical moment, another fist landed first, hitting the yellow-haired guy and sparing Xingqin from the blow. Seeing her student being beaten, teacher Yin cried out. Suddenly, a figure darted out, sending the yellow-haired guy flying with a kick. Surprise flashed across Xingqin's eyes. That guy, Yin Mingho, actually knew how to fight, and his movements were so clean and efficient. While the others were distracted by Yin Mingho, teacher Yin made her move. She executed a beautiful grappling move, then slammed her knee into the waist of the person holding Xingchen. The guy screamed like a pig in pain. "You bitch! How dare you hit me?" Before he could finish, another fist came crashing down, knocking the punk to the ground. Yin Mingho 1 against 3 actually scared them off. Xingchen started to chase after them, but teacher Yin grabbed him. Xingchen turned around angrily. "Let go of me. Mind your own business." Seeing this, Yin Mingho scolded Xingchen. "What kind of attitude is that? She's your teacher. You'd better show some respect." Xingchen put on a nonchalant air. "What? Are you going to lecture me again?" Xingchen grabbed Yin Mingho's shirt, his expression furious. "What right do you have? Do you really think you're my brother? You're not fucking worthy." Yin Mingho never knew how to deal with his younger brother. This kind of situation had happened many times before, so he was used to it. Teacher Yin was afraid they would start fighting and quickly intervened. "Calm down. Talk things out nicely." But neither of them paid any attention. Yin Mingho knew that his sudden appearance had caused his brother's personality to change drastically, so he was particularly tolerant. "Do you know how upset Mom is that you're like this?" But it was as if Xingchen had been struck a nerve. "Bullshit. How could they be upset? Their real son is back. They're probably laughing in their sleep. How could they possibly think of me?" Yin Mingho was displeased, as if his heart had been broken. "Xingchen, I advise you to stop this." Teacher Yin was shocked by this news. "Real son? Isn't Xingchen their son?" Teacher Yin shook her head. No. Now's not the time to think about these messy things." Xingchen became extremely agitated. "I'd rather die than go back to the Yin family." Teacher Yin quickly stepped forward to separate them. "Both of you, let go and calm down. Talk it over properly." At this point, Yin Mingho wasn't cooperating. What's there to talk about? He's skipping school, dating, and getting involved with those kinds of people. Besides, even if I wanted to talk to him, would he talk to me? He doesn't answer my calls or texts. He finished with a deep sigh. Xingchen really had a talent for infuriating people. "Well, aren't you just suffering so much?" Yin Mingho was being a bit melodramatic at this point. He said to Teacher Yin, "You see, with that attitude, what's there to talk about? I was originally..." Teacher Yin defended Xingchen. "It's not like that. There must be a misunderstanding. Xingchen isn't that kind of person, and he and that girl aren't dating. As for the other things, I believe it's not like the rumors say. Please, you must believe him." Xingchen watched Teacher Yin standing in front of him, defending him. His expression softened considerably. Yin Mingho watched Teacher Yin defending Xingchen and felt a little awkward. Really? Teacher Yin was very firm. "Yes, I'll find a way to figure out the rest. But before that, you must believe him." Teacher Yan's words had a significant impact on Xingchen. He wanted to be alone to process it all, so he turned to leave. But Teacher Yin suddenly turned back. "Where are you going?" She turned and apologized to Yin Mingho. "I'm going to talk to him." Before Yin Mingho could speak, Teacher Yin went after Xingchen. Yin Mingho watched Teacher Yin leave him behind again and felt a little helpless. What is this? Two brothers arguing, and Teacher Yin is defending Xingchen. "I'll find a way to figure out the rest. But before that, please trust him." Teacher Yan's words gave Xingchen quite a shock. He turned to leave, wanting to process everything alone. Teacher Yin quickly ran after him. Xingchen was out of breath from running. She finally caught up to him, but Xingchen said with a blank expression, "Why are you following me? Why aren't you back on your date?" Thinking about the date that had been ruined by this kid again, Teacher Yin grumbled, "Isn't it because you're so troublesome?" Hearing this, Xingchen scratched his neck sheepishly. "Was it that Zirue girl who snitched? She was worried about you. That's why she called me." Teacher Yan's words left Xingchen speechless. Just then, Teacher Yin remembered that she hadn't reassured Zirue yet. She took out her phone and sent Zirue a text message, but her mouth kept moving. "You and Yin Mingho should have a good talk. After all, you're family." Before Teacher Yin could finish, the word family had already triggered Xingchen. Who the hell is family with him? Teacher Yin was puzzled. She looked up at the boy beside her. What kind of grudge did these two brothers have? Noticing Teacher Yan's gaze, Xingchen snorted softly. His expression held a trace of sadness, like an abandoned puppy. "Since you heard just now, I'll be frank with you. I'm actually adopted. After Yin Mingho went missing, they adopted me from the orphanage, just because I look a lot like him. Actually, all these years, they've been searching for their lost son. I'm just a replacement. The funny thing is, I was kept in the dark this whole time." As he spoke, Xingchen's eyes grew even sadder. "At first, I thought that was really my home, until Yin Mingho came back." Xingchen turned to look at Teacher Yin. I learned the difference between biological and adopted. You don't have to look for them anymore. It doesn't matter to them what I become anyway. Hearing the full story, Teacher Yin broke out in a cold sweat. How could things be like this? Looking at the stunned Teacher Yin, Xingqian couldn't help but remind her, you can stay here with her. I'll go first. Unexpectedly, Teacher Yin suddenly spoke. I hadn't realized we're quite similar. Now, it was Xingqian's turn to be shocked. Walking back together, Teacher Yin explained, I also have a very accomplished older brother. His name is Yin Xinglan. He's a world-renowned pianist. Seeing Teacher Yan's melancholic expression, Xingqian asked, don't tell me he's the biological one and you're not. Teacher Yin was amused and laughed. How is that possible? But thinking of her brother's talent, Teacher Yan's eyes dimmed. However, we are indeed different. Born into a musical family, I have no musical talent. No matter how hard I try, even if I practice until my muscles have memory, I can't resonate with the music. And my mother also said my playing is like stagnant water. No ebb and flow. Thinking of this, Teacher Yin actually chuckled softly. That's why they arranged for me to be a music teacher here. Teacher Yin looked up at Xingqian. I understand how you feel. But Teacher Yan's tone shifted, her expression becoming serious. Life is your own. You have to be responsible for yourself. You can't give up your own life for anyone. Xingqian knew the lecture was starting again and quickly turned his head. I know. You're so nagging. Teacher Yin yelled angrily. You brat. I'm just worried about you. Only then did Teacher Yin notice something unusual. It's so late. Why aren't you home yet? Are you going the same way as me? Xingqian gave her an exasperated look. I live in a complex next to yours, okay? What a surprise. Xingqian actually lives in the same complex as Teacher Yin. And after all this time, he's only just finding this out. The next morning, Xingqian walked down the hallway of the teaching building. He felt the cold air around him and couldn't help but worry. She's so frail. I hope she doesn't catch a cold again. Before Xingqian could continue his thoughts, a conversation ahead caught his attention. Look, the dean of students is dressed really nicely today. Xingqian followed their gaze and saw Teacher Yin and Ranlon walking together on campus. The black and red were strikingly beautiful, but the two students in front of him kept chatting more and more excitedly, and Xingqian couldn't stand it anymore. You too. Xingqian reached out and patted one of them on the shoulder. As soon as he turned around, Xingqian punched him in the face without hesitation. Then he straddled the kid and swung his fist again. Teacher Yin and Ranlon were walking down the hallway, chatting and laughing. I haven't seen that Yin Mingho around lately. At this, Teacher Yin sighed. Since I left him there last time, he hasn't contacted me again. In short, I'm single again. Listening to Teacher Yan's sighs, Ranlon also became anxious. It ended that quickly. Is there anything that can be done? Before they could continue, a rapid knock came from the door. All right, Teacher Yin said, go and see what's going on. Xingqian is fighting again. When Teacher Yin arrived at the principal's office, she saw Xingqian and two other students being disciplined. Tell me, why were you fighting? Xingqian's expression remained neutral. I hit him because I wanted to. There's no other reason. The principal slammed his hand on the desk. Do you think I'm that easy to fool? Tell me the truth right now. Seeing the principal's fury, Xingqian actually grinned. The deed is done. What else is there to say? Punish me however you want. Hearing this, Teacher Yin quickly interjected, don't talk nonsense. Then, she approached the principal. Leave this matter to me. Perhaps there's a reason. Let me ask him privately. The principal sighed helplessly. Fine, it can only be this way. And Teacher Yin, you said Xingqian had become more obedient before. Why does he seem no different from before? Hearing the principal's words, Teacher Yin gave an awkward laugh. Don't worry, principal. This is a special circumstance. I'll educate him properly. I guarantee there won't be a next time. Staring at Teacher Yin speaking up for him, a strange emotion flickered in Xingqian's eyes. Before he could dwell on this feeling, Teacher Yan's expression turned cold. Come with me to the dean of students' office. You need to give me an explanation this time. Back in the office, Teacher Yan's stern expression softened, and she sighed. Can you please give me a break? Tell me, why did you fight this time? Unexpectedly, Xingqian simply said 3 words. I'm sorry. I got you scolded by the principal too. Teacher Yin froze, looking at Xingqian with disbelief. Before she could speak, Xingqian continued. However, I still can't tell you the reason. Just consider me unreasonable, but I can promise you, this will absolutely not happen again. Teacher Yin stared at Xingqian. Is this really the delinquent I used to know? What's with that calm and gentle look in his eyes? She turned her head. Fine, I believe you. But her tone shifted. According to school rules, a 2,500-word self-criticism and a 500-word apology letter. Now that the rules are out of the way, let me ask you personally, Was this fight because of a personal matter? Xingqian hummed in agreement. Yes, I was in a bad mood. Plus, I didn't like them. Just tell the principal that. Teacher Yan's expression changed. Do you think the principal will believe that nonsense? Hearing Teacher Yan's words, Xingqian gave a bright smile. Don't worry. Don't forget, I'm Xingqian. Tell the principal I fought because I was in a bad mood. Don't forget, I'm Xingqian. Inside the office, Yin Mingho was staring blankly into space. His assistant, Xiao Qin, walked in. It's tea time. Yin Mingho hummed in response, clearly not enthusiastic. Xiao Qin couldn't help but ask, how are things going with your blind date lately? Hearing this question, Yin Mingho paused. Talk about touching a nerve. He picked up a pastry from the table and stuffed it in his mouth. Just eat. Talk less. Xiao Qin was taken aback. She was about to retort when she noticed something was off with the taste. The cookie was sickeningly sweet. Yin Mingho stood up. I just don't think we're compatible. But you two were getting along so well before. Yin Mingho thought about a previous encounter. It's hard to describe. I just feel like her heart isn't in it. And I think I misunderstood my brother. After speaking, he casually picked up a cookie. He might not be as bad as I thought. He popped it into his mouth. The taste was outrageous. Yin Mingho turned his head. You didn't buy these cookies, did you? Xiao Qin immediately avoided eye contact, looking guilty. Suddenly, the door opened and a girl walked in. I'm back. It was Lu Xiaodong, who had just returned from abroad. I knew it. Besides you, I can't imagine anyone else making cookies this sweet. Why did you suddenly come back? Is it school vacation? Lu Xiaodong put down her gifts, her face flushed. I came back to chase you. The chaotic piano music came to an abrupt halt. Zirue, what's wrong this time? The melody is very messy. Is something bothering you? Zirue was silent for a moment. He said apologetically, it's nothing. I just didn't sleep well. Seeing Zirue's expression, Teacher Yin pressed further. You can tell me anything. Zirue finally confessed. Xingqian's birthday is coming up soon, and I haven't prepared a gift yet. Then, Zirue's eyes dimmed. And I can't afford the things he likes. Hearing this, Teacher Yin was surprised. Xingqian's birthday is coming up. When? The day after tomorrow. Teacher Yin was speechless. So soon. I didn't even know. Teacher Yin stroked her chin thoughtfully. In that case, why don't we make him a birthday cake ourselves? Hearing this suggestion, Zirue's eyes lit up. But I don't know how to bake it all. Teacher Yin looked at the worried Zirue and smiled gently. Don't worry. It's a small problem. Leave it to me. 2 days later, the room was decorated for a party. This was the birthday party Teacher Yin had carefully prepared. Now, all that was missing was the birthday cake. Zirue held the piping bag, carefully squeezing the cream onto the cake. With Teacher Yan's guidance, the cake was perfectly finished. Zirue looked at the cake he had made himself and beamed with joy. I hope Xingqian will like this gift. Teacher Yin encouraged him. Don't worry, that brat will definitely love it. But then again, how are you so skilled at baking? Teacher Yin held up a finger to explain. Actually, I've loved baking since I was little, so I'm quite good at it. Hearing Teacher Yan's words, Zirue looked surprised. So you've been sitting here for a long time. Just then, Ranlon shouted as she rushed in. Xingqian's almost here. Hurry up, sisters. Xingqian walked out of the elevator with a puzzled look on his face. Why is Zirue taking lessons at Teacher Yan's house today? Just then, Teacher Yin nervously turned off the lights. She waited until Xingqian reached the door. The room was pitch black and the door was unlocked. Xingqian pushed the door open. There was no one inside. Suddenly, 3 pops sounded. As Xingqian looked on in surprise, Teacher Yin and the 2 sisters jumped out, shouting in unison, Happy birthday. Xingqian was even more stunned. What are you guys doing? Before he could continue, Ranlon ran up to him and led him to the cake. Xingqian, make a wish quickly. Xingqian scratched his head sheepishly. Can we just skip this part? The 3 girls said in unison, no, absolutely not. Xingqian had no choice but to comply. He clasped his hands together. This is so embarrassing. Under the gaze of the 3 girls, Xingqian stared at the cake and closed his eyes. I wish for happiness for all of us. After making his wish, Xingqian blew out the candles with a puff. Is that okay now? Hearing his words, the 3 girls laughed. Suddenly, Xingqian glanced sideways. Teacher Yin was looking at him with a smile. Happy birthday. Upon hearing this, Xingqian quickly turned his head and stammered, thank you. Teacher Yin had carefully prepared a birthday party for Xingqian, which made him shy. He even stammered while thanking her. He cut a piece of cake. Ranlon held her breath nervously. Is it good? Xingqian's eyes narrowed as he ate. It's delicious. Seeing their efforts appreciated, Teacher Yin and Zirue exchanged high fives in celebration. Xingqian looked at Zirue in surprise. I didn't know you could bake cakes. Zirue looked a little embarrassed. Teacher Yin taught me. she explained. Xingqian was stunned. I can't believe you're so skilled. Why are you a teacher? You should be a pastry chef. Teacher Yin was speechless. Is it that surprising that I can bake? Suddenly, a meow came from below. Zirue looked down. A kitten was rubbing against her leg affectionately. Teacher Yin picked up the kitten, a mixture of amusement and exasperation on her face. It got out again. This little thing is too smart. It even learned how to open doors. Zirue was charmed by the kitten. Can I hold him? Teacher Yin handed the kitten over. His name is Little Coconut. Little Coconut obediently let Zirue hold him. Xingqian felt a pang of jealousy. Why is he so cuddly with you and so fierce with me? Teacher Yin teased him mercilessly. Little Coconut is just protective of his owner. Annoyed, Xingqian snorted. Teacher Yin looked at the heartwarming scene before her, touched. It felt like a family, and as a family, they should care for each other. Teacher Yin looked at Xingqian. Have you thought about which university you want to apply to? Xingqian didn't want to talk about such a depressing topic. Not yet. Hearing Xingqian's answer, Teacher Yan's tone became serious. The college entrance exam is coming soon. You need to start working hard. You need a goal to motivate you, understand? Xingqian looked exasperated. Do you really have to be such a downer on someone's birthday? Teacher Yin chuckled. Isn't it a teacher's duty to supervise their students? Besides, you have an exam tomorrow. Xingqian had no choice but to nod in agreement. Suddenly, Teacher Yin exclaimed, "Oh, right." The others were startled by her sudden outburst. Teacher Yin looked at Zirue and Ramlon. Do you want to move in with me? It's closer to your school. It gets dark early in the winter, and it would be safer for you to live closer. Also, I have something that would be perfect for you. I want to give it to you, but it won't fit in your apartment building hallway. Living here would also make it easier for you to practice. Zirue was confused. Teacher Yin seemed to be missing the point. She immediately waved her hands in refusal. No, this piano is too valuable. I can't accept it. I'm already so grateful that you're teaching me for free. Teacher Yin started to explain, but a painful memory surfaced and her mood dampened. A good piano needs the right owner. The right person can give it a soul. For the wrong person, it will always just be an ordinary instrument. She forced a smile and looked at Zirue. If it can help you on your musical journey, I'll be happy for it. Zirue sensed Teacher Yan's sincerity and hesitated. Xingqian urged her, just accept it. It's just gathering dust sitting there. Plus, Teacher Yin can help you with your homework. Teacher Yan's eye twitched. She wanted to protest, but she couldn't say anything. Xingqian seemed to sense her thoughts and turned to look at her, as if silently saying, "See." About her wrapped around my finger. Teacher Yin, annoyed by his smugness, glared at him and turned away, refusing to acknowledge him. She gently asked Zirue, "So, will you come and stay?" Zirue and Ranlon exchanged glances. They decided to live at Teacher Yan's house. Time passed, and the exam results were finally out. Teacher Yin routinely praised the students who had made significant progress. Suddenly, she read Xingqian's name. Teacher Yin was in disbelief. Xingqian's rank was 106, a jump of 398 places. The whole class was in an uproar. Questions and doubts filled the air. Xingqian ignored them. Although Teacher Yin was skeptical, she maintained order in the classroom and then changed the subject. She then called out the students whose grades had dropped significantly. Xingqian knew that Teacher Yin didn't believe his improvement either. He couldn't help but scoff inwardly. The principal was very pleased with the exam results and affirmed Teacher Yan's teaching achievements. He carefully reviewed the students' scores. Naturally, he also noticed the mystery behind Xingqian's progress. He handed the report card to Teacher Yin, who was also surprised after looking at it. Before Teacher Yin could speak, the principal continued, "Progress is a good thing. He's inherently intelligent, but such a significant improvement. Keep an eye on him. After all, one can't deceive oneself when it comes to studying." After saying this, he dismissed Teacher Yin. Although shocked by Xingqian's progress, she felt it was inappropriate to question the authenticity of the results based on that alone. She also recalled that Xingqian had been studying diligently recently. But how could she explain this to everyone else? Teacher Yin pinched the bridge of her nose in frustration. Suddenly, Xingqian's homeroom teacher stopped Teacher Yin, looking troubled. "Teacher Yin, you've seen the report card, haven't you?" Teacher Yin responded directly. "Are you referring to Xingqian's exam results?" "Yes. As you know, our exam scores are linked to overall credits. He gained too many credits this time, and it's caused dissatisfaction among the other students. Since when has significant improvement become grounds for suspicion of cheating? Because of Xingqian's substantial progress and the large number of credits he gained, It caused discontent among the other students. Listening to Xingqin's homeroom teacher, Dean of Students frowned slightly. The subject teachers should be aware of his recent classroom performance, right? They can use that to judge the authenticity of his results. The homeroom teacher looked embarrassed. After all, this implied negligence on the teacher's part. After a moment of thought, he stammered, "The subject teachers haven't paid much attention to him." Teacher Yin sighed helplessly. She hadn't expected the teachers to neglect Xingqin so much. "Then I'll talk to him." The homeroom teacher breathed a sigh of relief. "That's great. That way, I won't have to face that terrifying Xingqin." Teacher Yin took in the homeroom teacher's expression. Turning around, she said sternly, "As teachers, we should treat all students equally. We cannot be biased based on their grades." With that, Teacher Yin went on her rounds. Reaching the door of Class 2, Grade 12, Teacher Yin stopped. She searched for Xingqin within the classroom. She spotted Xingqin studying diligently. She called him out. The two walked down the corridor, one behind the other. Xingqin looked at Teacher Yan's back and couldn't help but speak first, his voice tinged with sadness. "You don't believe me either, do you?" Teacher Yin was taken aback. She immediately turned to Xingqin and heard him continue, "You call me out because of my grades, right? You think I cheated too?" Teacher Yin panicked and immediately denied it. "No, improving your grades is a good thing. It's just..." Before she could finish, Xingqin interrupted, "Forget it. Think what you want. I don't want to hear your lecture. Goodbye." Xingqin left without giving Teacher Yin a chance to explain. Inwardly, he was heartbroken. He had been so naive to think she was different from the others. Teacher Yin was also in a daze. Back in the office, she was still thinking about what had just happened while eating. Judging by his reaction, his score must be genuine. Then my actions must have hurt him, even though I just wanted to tell him not to be affected by the rumors. I actually believed him. But remembering the look in Xingqin's eyes just now, he probably won't trust me anymore. Guiding him will be even harder now. Teacher Yin was lost in thought, so much so that she didn't respond when Ranlon spoke to her. Ranlon slammed her hand on the table in frustration and yelled, "I'm talking to you." She then waved her hand in front of Teacher Yan's face. Earth to Teacher Yin. Teacher Yin jumped, startled. Ranlon asked angrily, "What are you thinking about? Did you even hear me talking to you?" Teacher Yin sighed. "I was thinking about Xingqin. The principal still wants me to get him back on track. I have no idea how to do that." She suddenly realized that Ranlon had been talking to her. Confused, she asked, "What were you saying to me just now?" Ranlon was speechless. "I asked you how things are going with Yin Haoming." This made Teacher Yin even more despondent. "How could they be going? It's completely over. We haven't contacted each other since that day. We both know. We can only be ordinary friends now." Ranlan's gossip senses were tingling. Why is Xingqin always involved? Does he like you? Is he deliberately sabotaging your dates? This made Teacher Yin yell in exasperation. But as a good friend and an observer, Ranlon couldn't help but point out, "Aren't you a little too concerned about him?" Teacher Yin reached out and pinched Ranlan's cheek. "I'm just completing the task the principal gave me. Rein in your imagination." Suddenly, the assistant teacher burst through the door in a panic. "Teacher Yin, it's bad." Xingqin climbed over the wall and ran away again. Teacher Yin shot to her feet, immediately followed the teaching assistant out and bumped into Li Han. "Teacher Yin, are you going to look for Xingqin? You could try the 7th floor of Times Square. I've run into him there a few times when I went to the movies." Li Han's words were deceptive. In reality, the two had just met on the rooftop. He knew Xingqin had skipped class again to play video games. Li Han was anxious. Xingqin had finally started studying, and he couldn't let him skip class like he used to. It was like someone had delivered a pillow just as he was feeling sleepy. He ran into Teacher Yin, who was looking for Xingqin. Teacher Yin was skeptical, but decided to try her luck. Watching Teacher Yin walk away, Li Han sighed softly. "Sorry, buddy. I'm doing this for your own good." Teacher Yin, intending to go alone, turned to the teaching assistant and said, "You have class this afternoon. I'll go find him myself." Teacher Yin wanted to call Xingqin first to confirm, but the call was hung up. Xingqin didn't know how to face Teacher Yin. He sat alone in a corner, dejectedly holding a drink. His eyes were vacant. Utterly disappointed, he thought, "What am I even expecting?